Yo, what's up everyone, it's TyranitarTube and welcome back to another Pokemon Sun and Moon analysis video. Now, Pokemon Sun and Moon has been such a fun trip so far, looking at all the fun concepts and trying to speculate what kind of things we'll get in the new games. But for that, I want to take a step back and talk about something odd in the topic of Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is the new Mega Evolution theory, and for that, let me show you guys an older Pokemon manga that you probably haven't read, Pocket Monster Reburst. It's an official manga series that came out with the release of Pokemon Black and White, aimed at older fellas, as in the younger Pokemon fans that are now grown up. In case you're a manga fan like me, I'll save the spoilers and give you a synopsis of what the story is about. This guy is Ryuga, and his inner goal is to try finding his missing father. This is Maruto, who works against villains who use Pokemons to fulfill their evil intentions. And this is Yappy, a journalist who wants to expose all the evil in the world. Arcades is this mysterious godlike figure in the clouds that promises Ryuga to take him to his father once he becomes strong enough. And with the Great Gravel, a villainous organization who terrorizes and runs amok, their goals are to both stop the Great Gravel organization as well as make it to Ryuga's final destination to find his father. The strength that Arcades wants Ryuga to learn is a technique called Burst, a technique where a human fuses with their close Pokemon, multiplying their power. But this technique isn't easy. A lot of people who want to learn Burst end up dying. It's dangerous. And for that, something called Burst Heart was created. This thing, it's a little shining jewel that contains a Pokemon sealed inside of it. It's made to exploit Burst evolution so that anyone who has this jewel can fuse with the Pokemon sealed inside. Now, Pokemon Reburst is ended after just a year and a half in, but the concept still stands, a concept that Pokemon has adapted, Burst Heart. Something like Mega Evolution isn't just created on a whim for Pokemon, but rather planned for years in advance, even if it's a simple concept. And in the same way, even before X and Y's release, Froakie was planned to be the mainstream starter that would share Ash's goals and evolve quicker than his other Pokemon on his journey. Also that at the end of the Pokemon X and Y anime, Ash's fusion with Greninja is hinted and put into full effect in Pokemon XYZ. Ash-Greninja is something Pokemon introduced based on the concept of Burst. If you don't watch the XYZ anime, this is what you need to know. What is Ash-Greninja? It's a special type of evolution very similar to Mega Evolution, where a Pokemon fully synchronizes with its trainer. Their hearts merge, fusing their appearance and multiplying their power, achieving a level of strength similar to Mega Evolution. They even call Ash's Greninja close to a Mega Evolution in the anime. Now let's go back to 2015. Remember when all those new Zygarde forms were leaked alongside Ash's Greninja? In that leak, it said that the phenomenon between Ash and Greninja has occurred once several hundred years ago in the Kalos region. This means that someone else has achieved Burst evolution a few hundred years ago, just like Ash. A few hundred years ago? You mean 500 years ago when Magiana was created? This is where it all ties together. You may want to watch my Magearna trailer analysis to understand this next part better. Magearna, an artificial Pokemon created 500 years ago by this man. It was created using mystery science and carries a special power called the Soul Heart. 500 years later, this man pops up holding a staff that he created using mystery science. He somehow knows about Magearna's Soul Heart and uses that staff to force his army of Pokemon to Mega Evolve to get a hold of it. Mystery science. Is it natural? Was Magearna and the special staff created from something natural? Let's go back. This is the man with the staff. If you look closely at it, it looks like a small crystal-like diamond is embedded in the staff. When he uses that staff to force Mega Evolution, this odd symbol appears in place of the Mega Evolution symbol. What if this diamond is born from the same concept as the Burst Heart? The main idea here is not that Burst Evolution is suddenly canon. The idea is that Pokemon is revamping one of its original ideas and bringing it into the Pokemon universe, and this is it. While slightly modified, I feel like a revamped concept of Burst Evolution is what Ash's Greninja is, and what Pokemon is going to bring next into the main story. Think about it. If this staff was made from mystery science and has the ability to force Mega Evolution, what if Magearna's Soul Heart is really related to the one who unlocked the same Ash and Greninja did 500 years ago? Millions of thoughts flowing in my head right now, but let me leave you with this one. Pokemon Sun and Moon. If you've played X and Y, you know there's a giant crystal in Anastar City called the Sundial. Well, if you talk around, you'll learn that there's a Moondial too. Just as the sundial uses sunlight, the moondial uses moonlight, and it's all related to the concept of Mega Evolution. But what if what Ash and Greninja did is the real transformation of Mega Evolution? Mega Evolution is acquired when your Pokemon shares a strong bond with you, but it relies on a Mega Stone, a Keystone, and is oddly impermanent. Ash's Greninja is not only the result of Ash having a strong bond with Greninja, but is when Ash is in full synchronization with Greninja, to the point where every injury Greninja suffers, Ash suffers as well. The transformation doesn't rely on odd Mega Stones or Keystones or any of that, and is even speculated in the anime to be reminiscent of Mega Evolution. It almost seems like Mega Evolution was born from the original concept of merging with your Pokemon's heart. And just maybe, Sun and Moon may be the games we'll all finally learn about it. So anyway, that is all the time for this video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and also be sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date on future videos like this. On a side note, you guys have been really enjoying the live discussion videos recently, and as videos that are just laid back and super fun to make, I just really wanted to say thank you. They'll keep coming as the countdown to Pokemon Sun and Moon gets closer, so again, be sure to subscribe if you're hyped for that, and I know there's a lot of ideas flowing in your head right now, so just go down to the comments and let them flow. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Oh, jeez.